Hello YouTube, this is your boy Ivan here. I've done this deck profile before. I did it on Dueling Nexus, but I decided to do it in real life since I finally got the card, one of the cards I was missing. I am going to be using a proxy for this deck profile just because the card that I'm missing is like a $50 card right now, and unless it gets reprinted soon or I'm able to like get one cheaper, I probably won't be buying it anytime soon. So I probably won't be able to play this deck in real life for the foreseeable future unless something crazy happens. But the deck is ABC. It's probably like my favorite deck of all time. Besides Geargia, I really love Geargia because that was like the first deck that I really got good at, that I was able to like start topping locals consistently with. So that deck always has like a little, place in my heart. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into the profile. I'm gonna put 3A, 3B, and 3C. I've seen some people actually cutting this down, and I know that, yeah, it can lead to a break, drawing multiple pieces in your hand, but I just think that I play Pot of Desires, and I would hate to have one or maybe even two of the copies banished of the same piece, and then just be left with either one or maybe none of that copy for the rest of the game. So I think just playing it safe, playing three of each is the way that I'm going to be playing it. And it's been working out pretty well. There hasn't been many times where I have like unplayable hands. 2 gold and 2 silver gadget. I trimmed these down from 3 just because they're not as important as they used to be. Now with Union Driver, you can pretty much just get 2 monsters for the price of 1, because Union Driver, you can use his effect and you can equip a piece, either A, B, C, whichever one you're missing or whatever, and then you can special summon it using its own effect, because Union Driver doesn't have that restriction that Union Carrier has. Then 3 Galaxy Soldier. I still think this is the best version of the deck. Being able to make Cyber Dragon Infinity, being able to have at least 1 negate. Maybe you can pair it up with like another extra deck monster or something, but I just think that it's too powerful not to play. And I'm playing 3 Galaxy Soldier for the same reason, like I said before, with the Pot of Desires. Then I'm playing the 3 Symphonic Warrior Guitar and the 1 mics. I really hate drawing mics, and for some reason it always seems to happen. Annoying as it is, and like as dumb as it is, like I'm not gonna have no. I'm like kind of contradicting myself at the same time, like saying, "Oh, you should play 3. Maybe I should be playing 2 mics." But this card just lets you make Cyber Dragon Infinity. It really helps you extend your plays. You can make like crazy boards with this card. Then the newest card to the deck, 2 Union Driver. This card's just so good. This is something that ABCs have really been lacking, like another Union monster that just has a really good effect. This card, basically, whenever it's equipped to a monster, you can banish it. Then you can equip any appropriate Union monster from your deck to, that monster. So what you would do is like, what's cool about him is like you can equip the same piece. So like you have A, you can equip an A to an A, which you usually wouldn't be able to do. And then if you have it equipped, you can use his own effect to special summon himself, and you'd have 2 level 4 monsters, 2 machines, 2 light monsters. Just a lot of stuff. And him being a machine himself, and also being a level 5, and also being a light, it's just has so much synergy with his deck. It's pretty much like he's kind of like the 4th ABC piece. Then 1 heavy mech support armor. I can't see myself not playing this card because it's just so good. Like being able to bring back a monster from your graveyard, and then with mics, if you can get mics and this card, like you summon mics and you get this card at the same time, it's just so good, man. Like you can make some crazy boards with that. This is the proxy that I'm using. It's supposed to be Photon Orbital. I'll try to put a picture here. This card's nuts. There's a reason that it's like $50. Basically, it's not a Union monster itself, which kind of makes it not as great. But you can equip it with Union Carrier, and you can, if it's equipped to a monster, you send it to the graveyard to search any Galaxy monster or I think it's Galaxy and Photon Monster. So you could search Galaxy Soldier straight from the deck, and then just go off from there. It's just, there's a really cool combo you can do. Like, I'm pretty sure you've seen it by now because the deck's been out for like a while, and it's just a really good card. There's a reason that it's so expensive, also because it's only been printed one time and it was in a duelist pack that nobody bought. And then for the last monsters, 3 Ash Blossom, because it's probably the best hand trap in the game right now. Just decent against everything, really good against certain decks. That's just for the monsters. For the spells, 3 Called by the Grave, because you really want to make sure that your plays go through. Stuff like Effect Veiler, stuff like DD Crow, Ash Blossoms really hurt you, so you need to make sure your plays go through. 3 Union Hanger. That's probably the best spell in the whole, or the best field spell in the whole game. Equips monsters from the deck, lets you search a card when you play it. Just so good. Like, if this card would ever get hit to 1, I think the deck's just dead. The deck was pretty dead too when A went to 1, but if this card ever got hit, I think this card's just unplayable for the foreseeable future. 2 Unauthorized Reactivation. I really hate the name they gave me. I think in the OCG it was like called like Commander's Command or some shit like that. That just sounded cooler than Unauthorized Reactivation. But this card's really good too. It's basically like your 4th and 5th copy of Union Hanger, but it's not as good because you can't equip like any card. You have to do like a certain thing. But what's cool about this is, let's say you're playing, you can target non-Union monsters. It just says target 1 machine monster. So let's say you summon your Gold Gadget, you activate its effect, your opponent chains infinite impermanence. So what you would do in that situation is you would activate this because it's a quick play spell. You equip your Wyvern to your Gold Gadget, so now it's unaffected by traps. So its effect would still go off, and then you can continue your combo from there. So that's a cool little, thing that it has with the deck. Makes it really cool. Like, a lot of people don't see that coming. The same thing with Effect Veiler or Ash Blossom. You can equip, instead of equipping C, you would equip B. Then 2 Pot of Desires. This card's just so good in this deck because you can play 3 of everything, and as long as you have like a certain cards in your hand, you can just play. 2 Cosmic Cyclone because it's really good against Eldritch or whatever. It's good against Salamangreats, banishing that Roar if you're able to get rid of the Link monster. Then Terraforming because you want to be able to search your Union Hanger as soon as possible. And then last but not least, Monster Reborn because it's Monster Reborn. The deck is 41 cards. There's nothing really that I could think of to cut, so I just decided to leave it how it was. Then for the extra deck, the 1 ABC Dragon Buster really hurts that you can only play 1 because this card's just so good. It got a random reprint in the OTS pack, so I think they weren't planning on doing it, but I don't know why they went ahead and did it anyways. Unit Carrier, this card's super good. Like, if this card wasn't out, I probably wouldn't play this deck. Platinum Gadget, it's just always going to be staple on this deck because it's just a machine that lets you special summon another machine. Nightmare Cerberus and Nightmare Phoenix, probably like 2 of the best Link 2 monsters to ever exist. Nightmare Unicorn, this card's super good too. There's like a stupid little combo you can do, like shuffling stuff back into your own deck, which is kind of funny. Nightmare Griffin. Griffin is really important in this deck because you can do certain times where you'll have like Nightmare Griffin link with like another monster and then your Cyber Dragon Infinity. So Nightmare Griffin will negate any special summon monsters effects so they can activate, and then your Cyber Dragon will be able to negate any card. It's just really good. And then if you also have your ABC Dragon Buster, you can tag it out so you can still use its effect. Borosaur Dragon, because you can just cheap OTK so many times with this card and with Dragon Buster. Because Dragon Buster, you could banish a card, you can attack with Dragon Buster, then you attack with this guy, then you use his effect to put Dragon Buster in defense mode, and you can attack again. That's 9,000 damage if you're doing the math. Borolo Dragon, just to get rid of random monsters that this deck has a hard time with. It was good against a Chaos Max, because I don't think there's any other way to get over that card in this deck. Then for the Xyz monsters, Daigusto Emerald, So you can shuffle back your one copy of your Dragon Buster, Dugaris, the Timeless. This card has three really good effects. You can either like OTK your opponent, you can bring back any monster, and what's cool about this is like it does like stop you from doing whatever you do the next turn, but most of the time if you're making this guy, you want to win right away. Tornado Dragon, because it's just really good against certain matchups, against pendulums and stuff like that. Exciton Knight, a lot of people don't ever see this card coming. Nobody ever plays against Exciton Knight, especially like in the side decks. This card's really good in game 2 and 3 when you side in your Dark Ruler No More. You basically vanilla all their monsters, and then you make this guy blow away their whole board if they don't have like any spell or trap negation, which most decks really don't nowadays, because most of the thing is like the monsters like Boral, Savage Dragon, and stuff like that. Then your Nova and your Infinity. I really like the alternate art of Infinity. I think it looks cooler than the original one does, because it kind of looks like the evil version, like, you know, when Zane went crazy or whatever and he started using like the evil version of his cards. But yeah, guys, that's it for the deck profile. I know it's nothing too crazy, nothing too, you know, different than probably anything you've seen before. The next profile that I'm gonna have is gonna be this deck, the Arch Nemesis or Nemesis, whatever they're called. I'm still waiting for the rest of the cards to come, but I really like this deck a lot. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. I'm kind of playing like the different variant than what I've seen online, but be on the lookout for that. I'm just waiting for the cards to come in the mail, and I'll do the profile as soon as I can. So anyways, guys, this is your boy Ivan. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. See you guys later.